Hey guys, this is Metallagamer here, bringing you my weekly Game of Thrones segment. Decent amount that happened this week. There was the trial to prove whether Tyrion is innocent or not innocent for killing the king in this episode. As always, spoiler alert, I am going to be talking about the episode, so if you don't want to hear about the episode, do not watch this. Go on to another one of my channel videos, or you can watch the previous week's episode and get a general feel of what I'm doing with these. So, with that said, I'm going to talk about the episode. First off, to start with the battle for Theon Greyjoy. This really made the whole breaking of Theon real. Because, you know, you can play goody-goody in front of the bad guys who you know will kill you. But when the people were there to rescue him, when his sister and their team of people came to rescue Theon Greyjoy from Ramsay, he flipped the fuck out and claimed that his name was Reek, as he has been told, and that's kind of where it got real, because they had the whole bit in one of the episodes where he had a razor up against Ramsay's throat and didn't kill him, but he was in a place where he could have gotten killed. So, you know, being a smart thinker, you would think, okay, yeah, I'm not going to do that anyways. But as soon as he was by himself, you'd think that he would have taken advantage in trying to get away. But he didn't. He stayed, and he did not want to leave. And I now have a respect for Ramsay as well, because he does not give a shit if he lives or dies. Or he's extremely confident, because he ran into the fight with Theon's sister and their guardsmen with no armor on. Just said, fuck it, let's go. So that was pretty badass. Also, Daenerys' dragons are growing out of control, lighting goats on fire and shit. And then, now with Daenerys kind of being the leader of that city, she's kind of having to deal with all the Lord problems. Like, she's finally dealing with some repercussions of her getting pissed off and crucifying all of the lords of that city. It was kind of interesting because she saw that she did something a little bit wrong, even though she thought it was right at the time. In the end, it ended up being something terrible. How she crucified one of the lords who was completely against putting the children up at the different mile points to that city. So there's that. Like, she's kind of dealing with, like, okay, you know, I'm trying, but you also notice that the guy who wanted his father taken off of the cross, he kind of said it like, oh, okay, well, you're our fucking leader, you know, I mean, you're the boss here, so I'm gonna do whatever I'm supposed to. So it's kind of like, okay, she's getting ruthless, and it's changing a little bit, and I think it's going to affect her way of thinking very soon. Okay, now on to Tyrion's trial. This is what my excitement was of the episode. I got all fucking giddy and like, yes, I've been waiting for this to happen, and it went fucking nuts. Of course, everybody is saying that Tyrion did it, that Tyrion's guilty, and that he stole the poison and he put it in Joffrey's drink and all this, and like everything is leading up because people are getting paid off to say that. So he's getting screwed instantly. And then when an intermission came in, the fact that he was going to get put into the Night's Watch kind of got me like, yes, finally, this is going to turn out okay. This is going to turn out okay. But then no, of course, Shay, because I knew too, Shay didn't leave the city. I knew that she did not leave the city. The whore, or his love of his life, whatever you want to call her at this point, she's a whore now because she done fucked up. I think she was found by somebody and paid to say these terrible things. On top of the fact that she also wanted to screw Tyrion over because she was hurt by the fact that he told her to fuck off and that she was a whore. She admitted that she heard him and Sansa plotting to kill the king, and admitted that she was his whore as well. So she really put this into a shitty situation. Like, she made this trial much worse than it was, because already Cersei and Varys, shit, forgive me if I can't remember his name, Various, and all of the other people that completely were against Tyrion and basically had all these quote-unquote facts to say that he killed the king, Shae just put an icing on the cake. And then all ended in a great way that helped him once before. I don't know how this is going to go this time around, but a trial by combat. Now this is where my questions come in. Who is he going to choose to have him in his trial by combat? Who's he going to choose to be by his side? I don't know if he'll choose Bronn. I don't know if he'll choose himself. I don't know if he'll choose Jaime. Because I don't know how this can go. I don't think he would try to put Jaime in that situation. Me and my brother-in-law were discussing it. Well, he was saying that he didn't think that Tyrion would be selfish enough to try to put Jaime there. And I was kind of saying that I don't think he would trust in Jaime's abilities at this point, because he only has one hand and it's not his primary hand, and he's still not done training. I think he may request Bronn again to help him in combat, but then again, he's a sellsword. So where does that leave Tyrion if he is paid more by someone else? I have no fucking idea. I'm left with a lot of questions, not enough answers, but it makes me even more excited for next week's episode. If you guys have any comments, any concerns, any questions in regards to my segments, anything like that, please comment them below. If not, please shoot me a like or a subscribe. It's much appreciated, and I will see you guys next week. Stay fucking metal.